Praise the Lord, ACI kids. This is Sister Faith. I hope you're all being safe with your families. I bet many of you have heard what's going on in the world today, but we as Christians need to remember to stay strong and keep the faith. This reminds me of a story from the Bible. So today I'm going to tell you a story about Daniel. Daniel worked for King Darius. He liked him very much, but the workers did not. So he knew that Daniel was a good worker. So he decided to put Daniel in charge of the whole country. The other servants of the king were very jealous of Daniel, and they tried to find something that would get Daniel in trouble. They were trying to get him fired, but they couldn't because he obeyed God. Finally, the men said to each other, "We can't find anything. The only way we can find is if he disobeys." So they went to King Darius and said, "Oh, great king, you are so wonderful that no one should pray to anyone but you." The king said, "Oh, that sounds like a great idea." Then the men continued, "All of your workers have agreed that they should be done, that anyone that prays to any other god should be thrown into the lion's den." The workers lied. Then they said that they told everyone that worked, and the king agreed. But of course, they never told Daniel because they knew he wouldn't agree. The king didn't know this, so he made the law, and it couldn't be changed. When Daniel heard about the new law, he did what he always did. He went home, went upstairs to his room, opened the window, and looked out over the city. 3 times that day, he went down on his knees and prayed to God, just like he always had. These men went as a group to Daniel's house and found him praying and asking God for help. So they ran straight to the king and told him, "Your worker Daniel is ignoring your command. We have seen him pray to his God 3 times today." When the king heard this, he was very sad. He really liked Daniel and he didn't want him to die. He tried everything to get the law changed to stop Daniel from being thrown into the lion's den. But the men came to him and reminded him that the law could not be changed and Daniel would be punished. So at the end of the day, the king gave the orders, and they brought Daniel and threw him into the lion's den. The king said to Daniel, "I hope your God you serve and pray to will rescue you." A large, heavy stone was rolled in front of the den, and the king went back to his palace with tears in his eyes. That night, King Darius couldn't eat or sleep. He was so worried for Daniel. The next day, as soon as the sun came up, the king got up and ran to the lion's den. As he got closer, he shouted, "Daniel, has your God who you serve prayed to rescue you from the lions?" The king waited quietly for a response. Then all of a sudden, Daniel said, "Oh, king, live forever. My God sent an angel and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me because I have done nothing wrong." The king jumped with joy and immediately ordered that Daniel be removed from the den. And when Daniel was lifted from the den, there wasn't even a scratch on him because he trusted in God. The king knew that the men had tricked him into punishing Daniel, so he punished them. After that, the king made a new law. He said, "Daniel's God is great, and I order that everyone in the kingdom must respect the Lord and rescue Daniel from the hungry lion." Now, the story of Daniel reminds me that we always need to pray and keep the faith, just like Daniel did. He taught us that we need to keep the faith even during this troubling time. So boys and girls, you can pray with your family, you can pray alone, talk to your family. Let's all just keep the faith and trust in God through all of this. Now, I want you to memorize this verse from Proverbs 3:5. And the verse goes like this: "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." Memorize this verse, have your mom or dad record you, and that way we could post it on our social media page. You could put hashtag ACI Kids at Apostolic Church of Indio. So we would like to share all of your things that you're doing at home. Now here's my daughter Alyssa, who would like to share an activity.
Hi ACI Kids, hope you're doing well. Here's one fun activity you can do with your family. While you take a walk, you can bring some chalk and you can write little messages to others for others to read, such as pray, love, be safe, or you could write Proverbs 3:5, what my mom read to all of you.
Thank you guys, and I hope you join us next Thursday for another fun Bible lesson and activity. God bless.